What's up everyone, thank you for tuning in. So on this quick episode, I'm going to show you guys what steering hub to use on your third generation Accord so you guys have the ability to run an aftermarket steering wheel. Alright, so as you can see, I already have the NRG aftermarket steering hub quick disconnect. You do not have to get this. In fact, you don't even have to get a disconnect model either. There's a lot of different hub adapter models that it can do different things. Some of them are more of a permanent setup to where whatever aftermarket steering wheel you have will just bolt onto this, and you will not be able to remove the steering wheel unless you undo the screws onto it, depending on what bolt pattern they have. But most of them are generally all the same. So this is a steering hub designated for 88 through 91 Honda Civic, like the EF, 90 to 93 DA9 Integras, Acura Integras, second generation Integras. It'll also work on the 94 to 2001 DC Integras. It'll work on 92 to 95 EG Civics, second generation. Sorry, I'm blanking here. Pretty much the 92 to I'm gonna mess this up. 92 to 95 Preludes as well. It'll also work on the CB7 fourth generation Accord, the 90 to 93. It will not work on the next generation at the 5th gen, the CD, I believe. And this will not work on the EK Civic as well. So remember, pretty much everything from what I've read, I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to do your own research on this if you do have other Hondas that you are curious about what hub adapters work on. From what I've gathered, around 95 to 96 on almost any Honda model. Like I know for a fact, like 96 on up on Civic, the spleens are different. Same goes for the Accords, and as well as like the RSX, TSX, the Fits and all that stuff. They all have different spleens in comparison to all the other stuff. So there's that. This little girl right here is making things difficult. What are you doing? I'm about to find out. Anyway, so I can't really show you guys right now, obviously, how to remove the OEM steering wheel. I mean, I can if I want to, but I'll be honest with you guys. If you can't figure out how to remove the OEM steering wheel, I don't think you're ready on tackling this. I mean, this is super simple stuff if you have the right tools. So let's just pretend we have the OEM steering wheel on here. You're going to have the Honda emblem in the center. Basically get a tiny thin screwdriver or anything used to pry it up. You can use a regular screwdriver, but you may risk damaging the emblem. If you don't mind doing that, then a regular size screwdriver will work. Basically just pop off the Honda emblem. You're going to see a bolt in the center. You're going to need a 19mm deep socket with an extension, and basically just break loose that bolt, turn to the left, loosen it up, and then the wheel's good to go. Pull it slowly. You're gonna have the connectors to the horn. Disconnect those connectors for the horn, and you're set to go. Just pull it off, and you're good to go. Once you do that, then I'll show you the next step on how to put this on. Okay, comes off just like this. Here's all the wiring and stuff to connect to your factory horn. Some of your setups may differ. See here. So basically, to remove this part, all you need to do, this is the factory from this car. This is the bolt that holds the original steering wheel in place. So this is the bolt right here. Basically, as I said, just turn, loosen it up, and then this whole mechanism will come off, and you'll have the original spleen. And you can choose to put on another hub if you want, or throw on your OEM steering wheel back on, or throw on a steering wheel from another car that'll fit on this. Whatever you want to do. So, I mean, that's basically it. So I'm going to throw this back together, and then I'm going to get the steering wheel and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I actually didn't buy this part. This hub adapter came in my DA Integra. So I just took it off and threw it in here. So I didn't have the instructions for it. So it's pretty, it's pretty easy in how to install it. But like, just for example, when I tighten these bolts down, I just do it in a star pattern. I don't do them all like in either direction at once. So just like, I don't know if that's in the instructions, but a lot of stuff that I do that's involved in this type of tightening down wheels and whatnot, I always tend to just tighten them down evenly. So that may or may not affect it, but just a tip for you guys if you weren't considering doing that. That's what I do. They're all tightened down. So once I hit that wall of resistance, I pretty much just tighten it down about like an 1/8 to a 1/4 turn, and that's about good. These don't need to be like super hand tight. I said I don't have the instructions, so I don't know what like inch or foot pounds these need to be torqued at. Okay, here's my Momo steering wheel. So whatever wheel you get, so basically I don't know if it'll come with hardware depending on whatever you get, but it should. So That's NRG as well. This adapter right here for the quick release, you can see right there. So this does not generally come with these steering wheels. You got to put this on, and it's pretty simple. All you have to do, see this hardware, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All you got to do is just basically bolt this to this, and then that's it. Throw the wheel down. That ding you hear is it locking in place, and then pull, you're good to go. Now, usually, depending on how your steering wheel is set up or what it does, it should do like that when you pull, and then same thing. Sometimes, let's see if I can get it to do it. All right, so sometimes if this actual unit right here, sorry about that, if this goes back forward, you're not going to be able to push it back down and rotate it to click it in place. Basically, all I do is I just pull it back up again to where it looks like that. Throw it on here. Okay, didn't ding that time, but yep, you're locked in place. Pull, good to go. And that's about it, guys. So some key things to remember. See my lovely knees. So basically, depending on what steering wheel setup you get, try to, like, my personal opinion, try to stick somewhere close to stock, or depending on what setup you're running. I mean, if you're running a drag setup or whatnot, if you don't care about that, or if you are looking for a larger or a smaller setup than stock, then, you know, by whatever means, go that route. But just keep in mind, for all you guys that are new to this, all steering wheels are not created equal. So what I mean by that is, this steering wheel is actually, I don't know, I did not measure it, but this is smaller in diameter than the OEM steering wheel. And because of these two-piece adapters, now there's some adapters to where it actually shorter, they're short hub adapters, or, you know, they'll give you all the measurements when you buy them, at least they should. Some of this will put the steering wheel placed further towards you, and some further this way towards the dash, which means, you know, usually where you turn on your signal or your wiper blades or whatever, your headlights, it can be a little bit further away. So keep that in mind. Sometimes bigger diameter steering wheels, you know, kind of like how I have a tall, you know, shifter right here. Your hand may be prone to hitting it or whatnot, especially if it's in first gear or whatnot. You know, if you have a larger diameter steering wheel, that might be a problem. So kind of think about, you know, all the other elements happening around your steering wheel area, because this is, like, you know, a very important part of your vehicle, believe it or not. What do you think, Baby Z? You think I did a good enough video? No, you're just gonna chill back there? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.